Hi,
Hi, Rich.
I'm here. Sherry, I apologize. I'm here with Attila.
Oh,
We are
we
live.
just all got cut off.
I
Yeah, we
apologize. You
just
know what?
got
I'm
cut
glad
off.
that you called me. I'm back. We're back. I apologize.
Okay, you're
We're
back up?
back. Yeah, we're back. So,
Okay.
thank you for calling. You're actually on three-way right now and you're live with us on YouTube.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I
Sorry about that, everybody. Technical difficulties, but we're back. Broken arms
it's
don't
okay.
hold us back. Technical difficulties don't hold us back. We're back. Don't worry. Don't worry. What do you think
Okay, hold
about
on.
this news? What do you think about this news, Sherry?
Huh. What? What? Is it? Is it? I had a feeling that something like that might have happened. Are we talking about like fertilizer and all that kind of stuff right now? Because I just dove into your show.
Yes, it's the fertilizer and the nutrient that these
Yep.
licensed producers have been using.
Yep, absolutely. I knew it. I was talking to somebody about that, and they go, they need to really get that down before they start going into it because people don't always know how to do that, grow it. It has to be certain things. Even for in medical marijuana, I mean, the patients, they got to make sure they're using the right stuff. So I kind of had a feeling it was going to come down the pipeline.
Like, this is historic, guys. While we've been talking, this stock has been going down. So I don't know exactly who's watching out there, but there are people that are literally selling their stock or the stock is being shorted while we speak. It's crazy. This is unprecedented. Now, this
Well,
is
come
breaking
down.
news. This is breaking news. Attila spoke directly to the CEO of Supreme Pharmaceuticals to get this information. Sherry.
Wow.
And this is why I say to you guys, contact these companies, guys. If you're investing in a stock and it's down, call the CEO. Try to email them. Find out what's going on. The
Right.
reality is it's the CEO's job. It's their fiduciary responsibility as a CEO of a public company to build shareholder equity. And if they're not building shareholder equity for you and me, the shareholders, and they're not giving us a solution to these problems, then they're not doing their job.
Well said.
Very well.
Very well said. You own a piece of that company. It's their responsibility to keep you informed as much as possible. Obviously, they're not going to give you information sometimes in regards to the shares. Sometimes can move on just let's face it. Look what the shares do when they move on just a little bit of news. So a lot of times they won't share information that may affect the stock, but still, as far as their operation goes, they still should divulge that sort of information. Which I was a little disappointed that Supreme did not do as soon as they found out in January. And that's why Supreme doesn't get their sale license now. They should have had their sale license in January. This puts that company back almost a year, 6 months to 9 months backwards. And we don't like taking steps down the ladder. We like taking steps up the ladder. But again, it's a new industry. It's all a learning curve. So, you got to take the bad with the good. And there's a lot more good, I believe, coming later in the future.
And I agree. And I'm not really worried. Like, this news doesn't worry me. As an investor, in fact, I'm excited because I'm thinking I can buy it now for cheaper. But it's interesting that while we've been talking, the stock has actually been going down dramatically.
Well,
it's actually down about 4% since we started talking. Okay, it's down about 2%. It was at about 141. It's down to 139 right now. It was down 6%. Now it's down 8% in Canada. In America, it was down about 8%. Now it's down 10% since we started talking. So it's down 2% since we started talking. So it's funny, it shows the power of our show, really. How powerful our show is getting, that we can actually move the markets. But I think this is vital. This is what Rich TV Live is all about, guys, is sharing information in real time, live, while the market's about to close. We got 4 minutes left in the market. This stock is tanking, and Attila's been able to bring us information in real time, live information as to why Supreme Pharmaceuticals, a stock that I personally own, is going down 10% right now, and it's disturbing to find out this information. It's disturbing.
Wow.
Yeah. Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Go
Absolutely.
ahead, Sherry.
Yes. Hi, Attila. So how many other stocks is this going to affect? I mean, I'm sorry that I'm just kind of coming into this, but I would assume that this kind of news is going to affect a lot of the industry stocks, don't you?
Most definitely. And I'm going to tell you what I told Rich. I phoned Remo. If you want to write this down, Remo fertilizers or nutrients.
Okay.
You can Google them. But I got off the phone literally a half hour ago with Remo, and what they said to me exactly was this could very well affect all licensed producers because they were almost all of them were using this nutrient.
I knew it. So because I was looking at Scott Miracle Grow.
Right.
So I thought, okay, maybe that would be a great company because maybe they're going to use that. And then that's when I started talking to somebody about they got to be really careful on how to grow it, what fertilizer to use. Otherwise, it's going to pollute the whole, all the growth. So,
Right.
wow. So
Well,
that's
like,
going on.
what I've heard from the grapevine from people that are here in Vancouver that are in the industry, privately, publicly, is that a lot of the guys that are in the industry publicly, they're bankers. They know nothing about growing, and that these are going to be consistent problems that are going to be happening, and that a lot of these bigger companies have started approaching a lot of these guys that have been operating maybe in the gray area and are offering them a lot of money to help them grow because they're having a lot of issues with growing the crops.
Sure. You really have to know what you're doing.
It's like scientific, guys. You don't just, wake up and know how to grow marijuana. And you definitely don't know how to do it properly. And you definitely don't know how to, and how to do it in a way where people aren't going to get hurt and it's not going to, something's going to go wrong, which has been proven already with Organogram, which is a monster company and sitting in, a really low price. Let's take a look at what Organogram's at right now. And because of their pesticides problems.
Right.
That's the worst thing they could have done is sprayed anything on their crop. Anything.
Yeah.
You can't spray it with anything. You might as well just, take the loss, get rid of that crop before it affects the rest of your crop. And you learn from it.
Wow. It's like, you got to have the right lighting. You got to, it's serious, They just jump in to get in it, and they don't even know what they're doing.
In order to get these licenses, I've heard that you have to pay upwards of $12 million to get one of these licenses from Health Canada in Canada. The people that are paying $12 million...
Not to mention the inspections that they do, they charge them for every inspection.
So
those inspections don't come free. They don't come around and you pay to get yourself inspected. So Health Canada gets paid to do all their inspections.
Wow!
And every time there's a license that's been upside, the license has been they upscale their license. They pay for that every time they're inspected. Every time they come in for any kind of inspection or this license that Supreme should have got. They came to inspect them in January. They had to pay them a fee, and what did they get? Nothing.
Jeez. What are you pointing at, Rich? What is that?
I'm pointing at all the winners, guys. Right now, we have ESPR up 74%. We have BLPH up 35%. We have USRM up 40%. We have NAK up 16%, doing a dead cat bounce. We have MMHC up 100%. 000 stock, guys. Be careful with that one, but it's on fire. And we're talking about medical marijuana stocks right now. We got a call from one of our subscribers, Attila, in Ontario, Canada, where Supreme Pharmaceuticals is Supreme Pharmaceuticals headquartered in Ontario, Attila?
It is.
Okay, so Supreme Pharmaceuticals is headquartered in Ontario. Attila recently just spoke to the CEO, and some breaking news is coming out. Attila has just broke here on Rich TV Live that there may be a massive recall on potentially Supreme Pharmaceuticals' entire inventory.
That's a possibility.
directly.
Just a
A
possibility.
possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's a possibility. And this came directly from Supreme Pharmaceuticals CEO. Now, guys, as shareholders like myself and like Attila in Supreme Pharmaceuticals, you have the right to speak to these CEOs, guys. If the stock is tanking 10% or 9% in a day, pick up the phone and give them a call. Bring them on to Rich TV Live. We will interview them and let them tell their story live in real time, guys. That's what we're here to do, so that we can educate you guys as to what is really going on. Now, long term, am I panicking? Am I selling my stock? Me, no. But someone like Attila, who's in at 25 cents, it's smart for him to sell his stock. Why would you sell your stock, Attila? What's your plan here?
Well, you see how much it's gone down in just the time that we've been speaking.
Of course.
I expect it to go further down, and when I believe it hits bottom, I'm gonna pick it back up again.
And that's the way to trade stocks, guys. That's why I say you have to date the stock. You have to be dating the stock. You have to know its tendencies. You have to know its news. You have to know what's going on. You have to get to know them by calling the CEO. You have to be able to have that rapport with the company and be able to know what's going on. Now, the reality is, at the end of the day, they still have licenses to grow. They just have not been able to do it properly. And now, because they're using something that isn't licensed through Health Canada, they're going to have to find an alternative. Now, do you know if there is actually another alternative?
Well, that may not be the case, Rich.
So you're telling me there may not be an alternative?
No, that's not. No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
There will be an alternative, but these products, they need to be registered with Health Canada. It may be that there's nothing wrong with the product. Right. It's just because it hasn't been registered with Health Canada, it may not be approved.
So let's pray that they register it, they get it approved, and everything will be okay. If not, well, that's why we're here on Rich TV Live, is to educate each other and work together as a community of intelligent individuals that are able to share information in real time. Because this news, in the meantime, is definitely going to affect the stock. Obviously, it's already affected the stock today to the tune of losing 8%, which is enormous. It's an enormous drop.
Huge.
It's very scary.
Have you seen the 5-day on that?
I haven't looked on the 5-day. I'm scared.
It's been going down every day.
Well, now we know why. You know, as a shareholder.
And you know what?
As a shareholder, you know, I don't like to see this. Let's take a look at the 5-day, guys. So here's the 5-day. So yeah, so if you look at the 5-day, we were at $1.54 in Canada, and today we're at $1.39. So it's been steadily going down, guys, and now we know why, thanks to Attila, who's been able to actually do his due diligence, get off the phone with the CEO and find out what's going on. And, you know, I appreciate the fact that the CEO was honest with you and told you the truth and let you know what's happening, because that's their responsibility as a public company, is to be transparent and give us the information that we're looking for in real time and not be hiding information from shareholders, which is what we've seen in NAK, because there's been reports, obviously. Are you familiar with NAK?
NAK?
Yes, NAK.
I'm not.
Okay, well, NAK, Northern Dynasty Minerals, is a company that I've been watching. I've been dating for months now. And it was at $1 in the summertime, went all the way to $3. It's a Canadian mining company. It had a very large gold deposit. And then news came out that it would cost them more to actually mine the deposit than they would actually be able to pull out of the ground. And shareholder lawsuits have come out. The stock has tanked as low as $1. It's now starting to rebound. They're fighting back, saying that that is not true. And you're seeing a war happening in the market. And I'm pulling up NAK right now, guys. And if you take a look at NAK, they're up 16% today. Because the reality is, it's still a good company. And there are lawsuits that are going on, that are ongoing right now as we speak, and news going out consistently about these lawsuits. But the reality is it's still a good company, so it's a war zone that's happening in the marketplace. And what's happening...
But even those lawsuits, they affect the stock price too.
Of course they do.
Just like, I said, just information, news, and it could be, mild, it could be pertinent, but any news can make a stock go up or down, depending on what kind of news that is.
Absolutely. Well, if you pay attention, and that's why it's important here on Rich TV Live for us to be able to go live every single day, talk about all the stocks, what's happening, what's good, what's bad, what's ugly, who's hot, who's not, and why. So you guys can really understand, and we can all kind of work together to understand in real time what's happening with these stocks so that we can get in at a good price and be able to get out when they're hot and learn how to day trade every single day and long trade every single day and look for long-term investments. But once in a while, when those investments are up and they're in the green, you got to learn to pull the trigger and you got to learn to just get out and be happy with winning. And Attila showed that today because he found out that Supreme Pharmaceuticals was having some problems and he pulled the trigger because he was in at 25 cents. And even though it's been as high as $2 and he knows it has the potential long-term to go higher, he sold because he knows he's still in a winning position and he's going to reposition himself because based on this news, it's going to go down. It already has. And he's being smart and he knows that he could just buy it at a lower price and wait for them to fix some of these problems and start putting out news that they've been able to fix these problems and be able to move forward so that he can position himself at a lower price, get it at a discount so that when the stock does a dead cat bounce, like what we've seen at NAK, you'll be able to buy low. And then if you get up and you're up even 16% in a day, and if you're playing with $1,000, that's still $160 of profit. If you're paying with $10,000, that's $1,600 of profit in the day. So that's what I'm talking about, being a sniper, guys, being a ninja and learning how to day trade these stocks and learning how to find stocks that are moving and learning how to buy low and sell high and learn how to win every single day and learn how to pull out your bullets and learn to fight and live for another day, like what Attila's doing, which I think is smart, Attila. I agree with you.
Thank you.
And I'm not going to sell it because, I didn't get in at 25 cents, to be quite frank, like you did. If I was in at 25 cents, I would honestly be selling too. I would definitely be selling. Definitely. 1,000%.
I couldn't stand watching the stock keep going down every day, so I finally, I did my due diligence. I contacted it, call it what you want, bothered, contacted. I was very due diligent in finding out this information, and when I found out, I realized I couldn't stand watching the stock go down anymore. I figured I'm going to sell. I'll jump back in when it goes up again.
And that's exactly how you date these stocks. You get to know their trading patterns. You get to know their news. You get to know their tendencies. You get to know everything about them.
Exactly.
And it's like you could compare it to I hope the kids are not watching, but you can compare it to that booty call. You just keep going back for more. Keep going back for more, guys. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. If it's a good stock and you like it and you get to know its tendencies, you can go back again and again and again and again and again. Nobody's saying that you have to trade 100 stocks. You can make a ton of money just buying one stock. If you get the right stock.
I don't know if people remember this, but there was a time that Supreme Pharmaceuticals, there was a couple days that it was trading with so much volume that they actually, the Securities Exchange Commission actually halted the stock because of its tremendous uprise in the stock price. So they actually halted the stock because it was so volatile.
Absolutely. Well, that's what happens in Canada. That only happens in Canada. That doesn't happen in America. It only happens in Canada. Because here in Canada, we're so conservative that if the stock is going up too much, we got to hold it back. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. Of course it bothers you. It bothers me too. I have a company that I invested in. I'll show this symbol to you guys. It's a company I really believe in. The symbol is DYA, Dynacert. Okay, put it on your watch list, guys. Put it on your radar. This is a company that has an incredible technology. I've been talking about this stock for months. I got into this stock at 23 cents. It's at 70.
What's the symbol?
DYA, Dynacert.
Okay.
Dynacert. Okay? It's DYSFS in America, I believe. Dynacert is the symbol in Canada, DYA. They've got a product, and it's one of the top companies in Canada. They've been winning awards because they have a product that reduces emissions by 20%. So they've got a lot of politicians and government officials and different people that are behind this company. And this stock, if you look at their chart, has gone from 8 cents to as high as $1.05. They're currently sitting at 74 cents since the summer. So this has been on a steady climb. It's doing really, really well. Now, this stock has been halted multiple times because it was going up too fast. And I could have made a ton of money if it didn't get halted, and a lot of people could have, but they got halted and stopped from going up. And it's literally an example of what happens in Canada when stocks go up too much. They literally get halted because here in Canada, we're so conservative, we don't want stocks to go up thousands of percent in a day. That would be a bad thing. And that's why I love you, America, because in America, they don't give a damn. They just let them ride, you know. But in Canada, for some reason, they halt the stock. And they halt stocks all the time. They've been halting these medical marijuana stocks many times. Let's take a look at TWMJF. TWMJF. If you guys actually pay attention to TWMJF, which is Canopy Growth Corp, TWMJF, Canopy Growth Corp, which is the LeBron James of medical marijuana stocks in the universe, the first billion-dollar medical marijuana company, symbol WEED, weed in Canada on the TSX. These guys have been halted multiple times. They went all the way to $17 and then they got halted. And I'll be honest with you, I don't like it. I don't like it. As a shareholder, I think it's corrupt. I'm just going to say it. Like, why, if I'm a shareholder buying the stock and it goes up, you're going to stop it from going up? Are you going to stop it from going down? Like, come on, man. Seriously? Like, let's take a look at it. I'll show you guys. If you look at its 6-month chart, the 6-month chart, I mean, you've seen it's done multiple moves to $10. And on the Canadian side, if we take a look at weed, it's been as high as $17. Okay? And when it got up to $17, it got halted. Do you guys remember that?
Yep, for sure. I remember that.
For some reason on Google Finance, it doesn't want to show that it's been higher than $14. But I know for a fact that this one is high as $17. So I don't know why it doesn't want to show it on Google Finance. It's weird. But I know that this has been as high as $17 because I've seen it with my own eyes. And when it went to $17, it got halted. And then it came right back down. And it's been down ever since. And now it's like there's an imaginary ceiling that's been created where every time it gets as high as, let's say, $13, every time it gets as high as, like, let's say $13.45, it comes back down. It's an imaginary ceiling. Every time it gets to that price, it comes back down. And I know that because I'm dating this stock because it's one of my holdings. So this is what I'm talking about, being able to learn how to date these stocks. Like, look, it goes down from $10 to... It goes down to as low as 8, then it goes back up to 10, then it goes down to 8, then it goes back up to 12, then it comes back down to 10. So it's like it's got this imaginary ceiling and imaginary floor, and it bounces in between it. You can see that chart. If you look at the 6-month chart, it's like an imaginary floor and ceiling that's been created here. There's imaginary floor and imaginary ceiling.
I see that now, yeah.
So what happens with these stocks is they create these imaginary floors and they create these imaginary ceilings. And if you really learn to be patient and just learn how to read these charts, and you get to read their patterns and read their news and get to know their tendencies, you'll realize that every time the stock gets down to these levels where it's at kind of almost right now, that's kind of hitting a bottom. So it's getting very close to a bottom that's being signaled.
It blows me away, Rich. I'm looking at this here. September, it was $4, and look at it now. It was, like you said, it went as high as 17.
It went as high as 17, but for some reason on Google Finance they don't want to show that. And when it went to 17, it was halted. It's ridiculous.
No, I know it was. What's
So,
I'm saying?
so that's my problem. It's like why are we as shareholders not able to make money? And like,
Exactly.
who is determining when these stocks get halted? Like, I show you guys stocks every day that are up 100%. So why is it that these stocks got halted?
I could never figure that out.
And like, look at this chart. It's just been going down since last Thursday. It's a 5-day chart. So this is going down. So it's definitely going to be signaling a buying opportunity soon, I believe. If you look at the chart, look at this chart. Look at this chart, guys. Okay? We're at 773. The lowest it's been in the month was 729. So the lowest it's been in the last month is 729. And right now we're at 773. So that's what I'm talking about, guys. Learning how to understand how charts work and know that if it gets back down to about 729, it's at the bottom. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how I look at stocks. Try to create these imaginary bottoms. Look at this bottom that's been created, guys. In January, the lowest it was, once again, was around 729. And then it's been as high as 10. And now it's come back down to 773. So what do you think is going to happen? It might go down a little bit more, create this imaginary floor, maybe even go as low as under 7 a little bit, maybe to go to 6 something. But I believe that that'll be around the floor, and then you're going to see it shoot right back up to 10 on April 20th, because what's so special about April 20th, guys?
We talked about that earlier too, Rich, and you made a good point because that could be the pinnacle point that we're waiting for.
April 20th is a very special day in Canadian history, guys. April 20th is the day that a lot of people are saying is going to be the day that medical marijuana can become recreational for Canadians. So any Canadian with a license, with a driver's license, will be able to walk into a medical marijuana dispensary and be able to buy it with a driver's license. They won't even need a doctor's note. They will just simply need a license. And April 20th apparently is that day. And what is being touted all over the place here in Canada and in America and all over the world is that from April 15th to April 20th, these medical marijuana stocks are going to go psychedelic. Just saying.
Well, that'll be big news. And like I said earlier, you know what happens with news.
Well,
they either go up, good news, it goes up, bad news goes down.
Well, you know what? I think that it's crazy what's happening. Everyone that's invested in this, and you could see like all the red in these medical marijuana stocks. A lot of red, guys. You know, if I go to my portfolio and I pull up medical marijuana stocks, look at all the red, guys. There's a lot of red. Okay?
Can I mention something?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Remember when I said to you that all the LPs will be affected?
Absolutely.
I think they're all getting news of what's going on right now with Remo.
Look at this, guys.
And
it's a feeding frenzy. They're all down, guys. They're all down, guys.
They know all about Supreme's situation with Remo, and they know they're probably going to be next.
That's just some crazy stuff. That is Huge news, guys. Like, I hope you guys understand at home what that means. That is huge news. And what I think is a great thing is if we can be really smart and intelligent and position ourselves so when these companies all go down, we can pick up all of the Fab Five for dirt cheap. My goodness, that's going to create a lot of millionaires, you guys at home that are watching Rich TV Live, because we're going to be watching these stocks every single day. We're going to keep up with all the news and the updates as they happen live in real time. And as these stocks go down or up, or as news comes out that's good or bad or ugly, we'll be able to feature it and talk about it live in real time every single day. And because you guys are so intelligent, some of the subscribers, people like Attila, that are calling and educating me on what's going on with one of my own holdings. That's what this is about, guys, is intelligent people working together, sharing information in real time. And every single day, it's going to be something new, guys. So we got to really work together, and we got to pay attention to what's going on in the market and find those deals and find those opportunities and find those undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed companies. And maybe the whole market's going to get affected, and maybe your portfolio is going to get hurt. But if we position ourselves and we can buy some of those really good companies right now that go down, that don't have any problems, and we start really paying attention to those opportunities that are out there, and we really position ourselves wisely, we can all make a fortune. So let's really utilize this and learn to turn a negative into a positive. That's the beauty of the markets. The people that become really successful in the markets, they buy low and sell high. So on days where everything's in the red, that creates a buying opportunity. On days where everything's in the green, that creates a selling opportunity. That's the way I want you guys to think. I don't want you guys buying stocks because they're up. I want you to buy stocks because they're down. And I don't want you to sell stocks when they're down. I want you to sell stocks when they're up. So everybody does things backwards. When stocks go down, they panic, they sell. I'm looking at buying them. When stocks are up, I'm not looking to buy them. I'm looking to sell them because they're up. So I really want you guys to kind of think that way and think differently than what you've been conditioned to train yourself to think. And that's how you're going to make money, by buying low and selling high. And I've been talking about that with NAK. And I said that NAK, and I said this in previous videos, was going to be creating a buying opportunity soon because they were fighting back against the news. And eventually, there's going to be some positive stuff that's going to come out. They're going to be able to fight back against this negative news. And they're going to get closer to that $2 or $3 range that they were at. Because yes, maybe they're not worth $3, but they shouldn't be worth $1 either. So you guys have to understand there's reasons why these stocks go up and down. And the shorters are going to try to benefit from that. They're going to take advantage of those things. They're going to pile on the same way that buyers pile on when stocks are going up, hoping to swing trade. But swing trading is very dangerous because if the stocks go up very quickly, they can also go down very quickly. We're looking for value stocks, stocks that are real companies that have good management, good revenue, good products that we can watch them, we can date them, and we can buy low. And eventually when they go up in the future, we can sell high. And that's how we can make a lot of money. And if you can make money the same day and make 20 or 30% the same day, just take your 20 or 30% and get out and be in a cash position and then be ready to be a sniper and ready to be able to take advantage of the next opportunity to get into that stock that you really, really love. And on a day when the whole market's down, that's when you buy them. Do you guys agree?
Absolutely.
Great. Sherry, are you still there?
Oh, she might have gave up.
Okay, Sherry's not there. So thank you for calling in, Sherry. And Attila, I really appreciate your involvement, man. You're a scholar, my friend. Thank you for, calling today.
Thanks.
Thank you for calling and giving us this update. Feel free to give me a call anytime. And thank you for, joining the show. And I really appreciate that. And I appreciate the news and the update. Thank you so much.
Right. Hey, Rich, one quick thing.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Keep an eye on Supreme in the morning because I expect further decline at the opening bells tomorrow.
Okay, guys, you guys heard it from Attila first. Supreme Pharmaceuticals, SPRWF, having some issues with the products that they are using to grow their crops, and there may be an entire recall of their entire product. So this could be devastating for the company and devastating for shareholders of this company. Now, go ahead.
I hope not. I hope not.
Well, I hope not too, because I'm a shareholder just like you are. I believe long term the company's going to get it right and they're going to figure it out and they're going to move forward and they're going to grow and they're going to be worth a lot more than $1. So I'm really not worried, but this is the type of news that affects markets. These are the type of news that affects stocks. That's why we exist here on Rich TV Live, why we are growing so quickly every single day, is to be able to share this type of information in real time so we can educate the public, and you, the average person at home, can learn about why stocks go up, why they go down, and if it is a good company, when you should buy the stock. I wouldn't tell you to buy it today. I would watch it further, see how their news transpires, see how it develops, and see how the market is going to react to this news. Because, like Attila said, he believes there's further decline coming. Now, I hope that you're wrong, but the reality is there's a lot of information to believe that you might be right. Hi, Angel.
What's up, buddy?
How you doing, Angel? I'm on with Attila, and we are live right now. Attila, thank you for joining us, my friend. Do you have anything else you want to add while we're live?
Well, I just want to quickly say, if you look at the 5-day chart, Thursday, Supreme was 158. That was last week, so 3 days trading, it's down over 20 cents.
Take a look at the 5-day chart, guys. From 158, as you can see here, all the way down to 139. So it's taken a very, very big drop. And it's funny because I looked at my account today and I saw that it was down and I didn't think much of it. And then Attila called me and he told me why. And then I was like, wow, we got to go live. What do you think about that news there, Angel?
I think it's time to invest in a lot of SMG. I think Scott's Milk is going to go through the roof now. You know what? I really hope that it doesn't affect everyone across the board, but if that information that Attila just gave us is true, that means they're going to have to dump all of their existing crops that they use that have it to keep them from being a violation of the Canadian license and the Canadian licensing agreements that they have with each of their licensed producers. So you're talking maybe 1, 2, 3 entire grow cycles completely toasted right now. That's huge. That's
millions of dollars. Potentially millions of dollars. It's potentially valued at millions of dollars.
Yeah, that basically is like setting fire to millions of dollars, because if we've got 1 or 2 or 3 crops that are completely lost because of this, they're in hoping, well, what they'll have to do in Canada, they'll have to trade them off, and then they'll have to press them and make CBDs, and hopefully the CBD will be saved out of it. But that's huge. If I could just interrupt quickly, I want to reiterate, they may not have to. I was told that they may have to destroy that crop, but they feel it may not come to that. But Health Canada may kind of come out and say, well, yes, you can't use that crop. But as it stands right now, they're saying it's because the nutrient that they were using was not registered with Health Canada. And you know how you have to jump through 1,000 hoops to satisfy Health Canada. Well, Attila, that sounds like to me that everyone's going to be pointing at Scott's Miracle Grow and going that direction with their fertilizer, because they have stringent deals with their products. So that's it's a new industry. There's a lot of new things. But Rich is totally right. You got your bankers that are holding on to these licenses, and these companies are having a really hard time finding experienced growers. It is beyond.
Well, it's not just that. It's not just that.
It's not like going to the garden and growing your fruit.
See, the problem is this is the problem, guys. There's some serious issues here. The bankers don't necessarily know how to run public companies either. So there's rules with running a public company that have to be fully transparent. And on top of that, there's rules where obviously guys that have been operating in a gray area may not know how to run a public company and might not know what Health Canada wants. So there's all these these holes, okay? Because there's so many things happening so quickly, and this is why I think that there might be a delay with Health Canada actually going recreational in Canada. And there's a lot of rumblings that there may be a delay till the summertime because they're trying to fill in all the gaps. And Brett Wilson, who is a very successful dragon and has invested in 12 of these companies himself, has come out and said that there's going to be a lot of bumps in the road. But he believes long term, these companies are all home runs and that the industry is going to explode and that Health Canada wants to get it right and they'd rather delay it a few months and get it right as opposed to rushing everything and having so many holes where you've got all these licensed producers and not everybody really knows what they're doing. Not everybody knows what they're doing to make sure that things are done legally. Not everybody knows what they're doing to make sure that the crops are healthy. Not everybody knows what they're doing to make sure that they're using products under Health Canada. So this is actually a very good thing, I believe, that's happening, that's coming out, because what it's doing is it's educating the marketplace and it's putting everybody on full alert. All of these companies have to be on full alert now because the reality is they have to educate themselves or they could go out of business tomorrow. And these guys just spent millions of dollars to get these licenses and to set up their facilities. They don't want to go and make a mistake that could put them in jeopardy of losing their licenses and set them back the way that Organigram did when they had issues with their pesticides. Now, I'm not saying that this issue is similar as far as issues. I'm just saying that this issue is similar as far as it could be a catalyst to set the company back, similar to the way that Organigram got set back when the news broke that they had pesticides in their crops.
Well, I'm really hoping that you guys get your recreational by 420 because I believe that the MJ stocks between April 15th and 20th, I think the market's going to be on fire. So I really hope that happens on the 20th because the market's going to be insane. But, you know, they might delay it, though, too. They keep talking back and forth, back and forth. I really hope they set the date for 420 because I really believe that for us, in the market for the medical marijuana side is going to be super fire between the 15th of April and the 20th of April. And, you know, that's another thing, too. Don't you guys have a vision there where only the licensed producers are allowed to make CBDs? You guys aren't actually able to, with those crops, they're not able to go anywhere but to CBD, right?
Every company has their own licensing. Every company is somewhat different in their licensing because every company is different. Not every company is the same. Some of the companies do have licenses for oil. Some companies have licenses for growing. Some companies have licenses for lighting. It's interesting the way it's happening. They're giving out different licenses for different things. And that's why I believe what you're going to see is that the Five Horsemen, and this is a perfect example of why. It's too difficult for 230 companies all to get it right. And they don't want people dying. They don't want people getting sick. And the reality is people are making mistakes already. So why wouldn't you want to just have 5 or 6 big licensed producers that acquire all the small guys? And the small guys can be kind of like experts in their field of lighting, of growing, of research, breathalyzers. There's so many different areas that this is going.
Just to back you up on that, Rich, that's exactly almost word for word how I felt about what the Kronos Group is talking about with their licensing and with how they operate. So I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And I think when you're going to have those 5 horsemen on top, and I think they're going to end up having to. It's going to be interesting over the next year in this industry because I think there's going to be a lot of tug of war going on. But I think at the end of the day, it's going to be those top five, like GW Pharma, that come out and regulate. They're going to be the ones that the government's looking at for regulation, and the smaller guys are going to get crushed. So, that's why I keep my eye on the top licensed producers over there. But thanks for clearing that up, because I thought you guys were only licensed to create CBDs. I didn't know you had different licenses for different things. I thought it was across the board licensing for only CBD. A lot of the companies are particularly only using the CBDs, but
No, there's a lot of different companies using a lot of different types of angles in different ways. And it seems as though Health Canada wants to have different type of companies that specialize in different areas. So it's interesting because when you read up on these companies, their licenses they're different. They're all somewhat different. When you read about their licensing and what their focus is, some are more focused on research, some are more focused just on growing. So
as far as the bankers actually own the licenses, and across the board, they're having a really hard time finding actual people with a good knowledge on how to properly grow those crops. And I think that's what we're running into with this situation. And there's going to be mistakes along the way. I really hope that they don't lose that many crops to this situation, because if it affects everybody, I guess it's going to create a great buying opportunity, and then they iron out the kinks, and it will go through the roof. But that's a huge setback for anybody who's shareholders in that company, and if it affects everyone else as well, that's not light news. That's pretty heavy as far as the industry is concerned overall. I'd like to give you a quick example there of Supreme Pharmaceuticals.
yeah, go ahead.
Supreme Pharmaceuticals is specifically interested in selling their crops to other licensed producers. They don't want to do shatters. They're not interested in CBDs, maybe later on. And even as far as the recreational space, they may take part in that, but as far as they're concerned right now, they're interested in just selling to other licensed producers. Supreme has been known to have the cheapest cost for growing their marijuana. They grow it pretty much with natural sunlight. They do have some lighting in there because you're going to need a little bit of that, but most of it is natural. So what they're doing is they're growing so they can fill in the demand when there's a hole. So they're basically wholesaling it back to the licensed producers in between their growth cycle. Is what it sounds like. That's what they're doing now. They're focusing on selling to licensed producers. They're not interested right now in supplying for other than licensed producers. They produce it cheaper than anybody right now. Right, and so what happens is when you got your licensed producers that are in the middle of a growth season, and and there's so much demand, and they can't meet the demand, then they'll go to companies like that one, and they'll buy it at wholesale so they can fill in their gaps. So now you have even a larger issue. Is now you have a product issue. So you know what? Health Canada knows already right now that when the recreational space comes in, we, as Canada itself, will have a shortage of marijuana for recreation and medical. When the recreational space comes on board, we will have a shortage. There is not enough licensed producers to supply the recreational and medical space. No way. And so see, and then that's where you see the U.S. side kick in, because, and I think that's happening here as well. So that's why you have those stock gaps, because people don't understand. I think a whole crop takes 13 to 18 weeks to grow effectively, or is it 8 to 13 weeks? Well, yeah, I've heard as little as 12 weeks, 13 weeks. I see some of these operations, these guys, they trim their bottom branches, and all they're concerned about is the larger branches, which give them the bulk of the better bud, the actual medicine, per se. But those little bottom branches, they don't give you nothing anyway. So, and then those main branches that they're growing in. I mean, I see these licensed producers. I see their videos, and go on YouTube. You can see what they're doing, how they're growing their product, and you can see by the shape of the plants what they're doing. They're trimming the bottom branches to get the most out of their crop, because those other branches will bring a lot more bud, a lot more medicine.
Well, and I think, hey, this news makes me really happy with Scottsdale, with SMG, because I see SMG going up now. So, but they're going to find a way to get in. There's going to be companies like the one you're talking about that is going to fill the stop gap in between their growth cycles.
Yeah.
So they just wholesale that entire crop.
Just remember, I love Scott's Miracle Grow. I think it's a great product, but I think it's used more in the States than it is here, because when it comes to growing Canadian marijuana, Health Canada, again, I don't think they would approve Scott's Miracle Grow. I'm not sure, but believe it or not, check it out. Remo, I told Rich, Remo, you can Google them. I've actually talked to the CEO today. This is how a lot of the information I gave today was out of the words of the CEO's mouth. And he actually told me that all of these, a lot of the licensed producers here have been using these nutrients from Remo, and he's telling me that he expects every one of the licensed producers to be affected.
Wow.
That will be a huge loss. That will be a huge loss if that's the case. And you guys do, that's the thing about Health Canada. You guys do have very strong regulations on your side, where U.S. side is not as regulated as you guys are. And I
that's what I hate the Canadian space for that, because you've got this other entity that virtually pretty much controls what's happening in this industry. It's not like the alcohol industry where they say, okay, you can only make 100 gallons of whiskey. Well, over here, you know what I mean? Like, over here, you have to graduate slowly. And, it takes almost years to get up. Like, Supreme has 340,000 square feet to grow it. But, they're not going to be able to utilize that entire space until maybe possibly two and a half years down the road. Because you have to graduate. With Health Canada, they give you 80,000 square feet. You have 300,000 to grow in. They give you 80,000 to grow in. And if everything works out well, you're not missing any product, all the nutrients are within the standards, then you get graduated. They give you another 80,000 square feet to grow in. I mean, you have over 300,000, but they only allow you to utilize so much as time goes on. And that's the part I hate about the Canadian marijuana space, is that somebody else controlling the growth. And that's what Rich said earlier, too. They're controlling the space.
Big Brother wants the control. They want the control over the space, for sure they do. They want to control everything.
Rich. Big Brother wants to control it all.
They always want to control everything.
People like Philip Morrison and all the tobacco companies are going to switch gears, and they're just sitting on the sideline. But once they deschedule medical marijuana and put it in another category, then that all those things are going to change. So, I mean, that was a big deal I got out of the convention too, was that the Five Horsemen are really trying to stock up right now on licenses and the money and everything, so that they don't have to worry about what they called it. And that's probably 3 years out. But that's a huge setback as far as yielding crop and actual product for all these companies, if that's the case.
Well, it's true, yeah. And, Canopy Grow, they've grown through acquisition.
That's right.
That's why they can grow,
That's TWMJF. Canopy Growth is TWMJF, and they acquired Matrium Health, MT, for, I believe, $430 million of stock. Is that correct, from what you know?
That's correct.
That's correct. So they're using their stock to acquire their growth, which is what I talked to you guys about. As a public company, you should be acquiring your growth as opposed to trying to grow organically, which is exactly what Facebook did when they acquired WhatsApp. And everybody talks about how great of a company Facebook is. Pardon me?
That's a very smart move. That sounds like a Facebook move.
Yeah, well, that's what Facebook did. They acquired WhatsApp. Their stock went from $80 to $140, partly because of WhatsApp, because WhatsApp is in itself a billion-dollar technology that is growing exponentially every day, and everybody uses and everybody loves it. And if you guys want to share pictures and video, WhatsApp is the best app on the planet, just so you guys know, for sharing pictures and video. It uploads it instantly, it shares it instantly, and sometimes you'll have issues trying to share a picture or sharing a video, and I'll use WhatsApp and boom, it gets shared instantly. So I love WhatsApp. It's amazing. I use it every day. Thank you, WhatsApp. You should be paying me for this.
What Epi just said. There's going to be a whole other side of this industry, I think, that's going to come out too. Like you have with your corn and your oil. I think they're going to actually create a biofuel with a byproduct of all the medical marijuana. I think you're actually going to, there's a couple companies I've seen, I think the biofuel that comes, they're going to find a way to actually create biofuel from it.
No, possible. I haven't heard any rumblings like that, but anything's possible.
There's so many different ways that they're going to try to skin the cat. Everybody wants to get into the industry. Hey guys, put SIPC on your radar. Put it on your watch list. One of our viewers and subscribers just told us about SIPC. Sam, Investment, Peter, Charlie. Up 125% today. Traded 49 million shares at 2.5 cents, guys. It's a big winner. Thank you very much for your pick, Purple Hemi. Thank you. If you guys have any other picks you want to share, let me know while we're live. Right now we're talking about Supreme Pharmaceuticals. Some breaking news has come out that they may have to have a product recall. They may not, but they may, because the product that they've been using, it looks as though it's not approved through Health Canada. So Attila has been nice enough to give us a call, and we came live today to break this news to you guys, because this is affecting all the medical marijuana stocks in the planet today. Right now, it's breaking news. Supreme Pharmaceuticals stock is down as we close the market today, 8%. Down to $1.39. It was at $1.58 just 5 days ago, guys. And it's because of the fact that the company's having issues with Health Canada approving a product that they have used previously to grow numerous crops that are literally sitting in inventory waiting for a Health Canada license to approve them so they can sell those crops. Big problem, guys. Big problem. Not good news. But we want to bring it to you guys live. That's what we're doing. That's why we're here. That's what we want to talk about, is real trending news that's happening live and in real time. And I can't think of anything that's bigger than this news right now, brought to you by one of our subscribers, Attila, who's live on the phone right now. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? We've been live for over an hour, guys. What else is on your mind? Anything else you guys want to talk about while we're live?
No, I'm good, Rich. Thank you for always bringing us winners, brother.
Thank you for calling, Angel. I really appreciate it. Thank you for calling, my friend. And you know what, Angel, guys, watch the stream of Angel, myself, and Sherry talking about the Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight, super fight, that's going to be happening. I can't wait. I think Conor is going to give him a run for his money. And every day I keep thinking that Conor's going to win more and more. And I know Angel thinks that there's no shot. And hey, Attila, what do you think? Do you think that Conor McGregor has a chance to beat Floyd Money Mayweather? A 42-year-old? You think he has a chance to win? I love it.
He's an animal.
Conor McGregor is an animal. I agree. He's got that left hand, and he puts people to sleep. The only guy he hasn't put to sleep is Nate Diaz, because Nate Diaz is just one tough son of a bitch. And other than Nate Diaz, he's put everybody else to sleep. He put Jose Aldo to sleep in 13 seconds. 13 seconds. Be careful, Floyd. Be careful, Floyd Money Mayweather.
Oh, but hopefully we can get him on the show. I'm working that out.
Hey,
That
Floyd,
would be great.
if you're watching, come on the show, buddy. I'd love to hear why you think you can take out Conor McGregor, one of the baddest men in the planet right now. 28 years old. He's got a 2-inch reach advantage. And Dana White said that if you stand the two together, Conor McGregor will make Floyd Mayweather look like a small child. That's how much bigger Conor McGregor is than Floyd Mayweather.
It comes down to speed. It comes down to speed, and boxing's boxing, and MMA's MMA.
Yeah, but you know what? If he hits him,
You're gonna have Floyd. Floyd is just gonna light him up, buddy. The speed in boxing versus the speed inside an octagon are like the difference between having a Pinto and a Lamborghini.
I feel like we're going live again. We're talking about the same topic.
All right, brother, I'm gonna let you go. You have a great day, Rich.
All right, guys.
Always bring us winners, buddy.
Thank you for calling, guys. I really appreciate your time. Thank you, Attila, for the breaking news.
Thank you, Rich.
I really appreciate it. You're a scholar, friend, and continue
Thank
to
you.
bring me.
We'll be talking again for sure.
Absolutely, keep bringing me information, and I'll bring you live, my friend. I love having you on the show. You're just a fountain of information and knowledge, my friend. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Rich. Have a good one.
All right, guys, that's some crazy news. I need to hear some music. I feel kind of in shock. Who do you guys think's gonna win? Floyd Money Mayweather or Mystic Mac, the southpaw who puts people to sleep? I think it's going to be a lot of fun. That's for sure. I can't wait to the fight. In the meantime, are there any stocks that I missed? I'm trying to get over this crazy news with one of my own holdings. Man, oh man. The roller coaster ride in the markets, guys. They go up, they go down. And that's why I say you gotta be snipers. Just waiting for them to get all the way down. And when it gets really, really low, that's when you want to position yourself and you want to load up. And then when it goes back up, you want to sell and take your money and run. All right, you want to talk about IBRC? Let's do it. IBRC. I'm in a good mood today, guys. I don't need surgery on my hand. I don't need to re-break it or anything crazy. I'm just going to be holding this thing on for 2 more weeks. And then the cast is off. And we're back to 100%, people. That's right. We're just getting started. IBRC, guys, up 30% today. Traded 38 million shares. What else is up today, guys? What have I missed? What do we want to talk about? Do you want to give me a call? Is there something on your mind? All I got is time. March Madness? There's all kinds of upsets going on. Unbelievable. What's on your mind, people? That's right. USRM up 40%. Traded 63 million shares. And at 4 cents, it hit a dead cat bounce, guys. I want to look at its chart. Let's take a look at its chart. Let's take a look at its chart, shall we? USRM up 40%. Now, if we take a look at its 1 month chart, this puppy loves to bounce. Look at the bounce. Whoop! And then whoop! Down. And then whoop! And then down. And then whoop! And then down. Oh boy. What a beauty. From a penny in February 23rd. And today we're at 4.5 cents. If you see USRM go back to 2 cents, do you see a floor that's been created here, guys? Look at this. Floors. So it's at 4 right now. Now I wouldn't buy it at 4. Because you're buying it the highest it's been in the last month, guys. Let's be smart. Let's be snipers. Let's be ninjas. How do you want to attack this stock, people? You want to buy it around 2 cents. And if it goes up to 3, boom, you just made 50%. Take your money and run. Now, if you buy it at 2 and it goes all the way to 4 and you make 100% move, take your money and run. That's what we want to do, people. We want to be able to date the stuff. That's right. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Where's the floor? This is an imaginary floor that's being created here by this stock at around 2 cents. Every time it comes to 2 cents, it wants to just bounce. I love it. Love these stocks, guys. You can make so much money just on this one stock. If you just day traded this one stock and you were dating this one stock every single day, you can make a lot of money on this stock. Don't kid yourselves, guys, even though it's only at 4 cents, because it does a lot of big moves. It does a lot of really big moves. If you take a look at the 3-month chart, look at this. It's been as high as 5 cents. So it might go up a little bit more. But I believe that there is gravity in the markets, and there are short traders too, and there's also sellers involved in the company that might have been buying debt, converting debt, all these different reasons why these stocks go down. And if you guys know the company and you want to put them on Rich TV Live, bring them onto Rich TV Live and we'll talk to them directly. I'd love to know this company and get to know why they're that one stock that's going to go to the moon and beyond and go from all the way from 4 cents all the way to $10 and beyond. Do you think this is one of those stocks? US Stem Cell Inc.? Does it have what it takes? Is it on your radar? Is it on your watch list? What do you guys think? Good job, Rob. He took his money and run. That's the smart thing to do with these stocks, guys. Unless the stock is going up every single day in our faces, why would we want to rush to buy a stock? We want to be snipers. We want to be ninjas. We want to buy low, sell high. You might have lost in the past. You might have made mistakes in the past. But if you get really good and get very disciplined at buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high, you too can get very rich and you too can create freedom. That's true. Anybody can do this, guys. And a lot of people are. There's teenagers making millions in the markets, reading charts, guys, just watching them. Oh, it's down. I'll buy it. And then they wait. And then it goes up. And then they sell it. Just sniping, guys. Just sniping. If those kids can do it, then why can't you do it? Are you a senior? Are you a single mom, a single dad like me? Are you a family man just looking for an extra income? Are you looking just to keep yourself busy? Are you just looking to have fun? Are you looking to make money? What is your situation? What is it that you're seeking? There are so many people that are making so much money in the markets. Why shouldn't you be one of them? I got another one, guys, that I like. TXHD. You want to look at TXHD? Let's take a look. TXHD. 107 million shares at half a penny here, guys. Put it on your radar. Put it on your watch list. It's up 9%. Give it up to Rob Thank you, Rob. You're a scholar, my friend. I like it. Looking for deals that are starting to break out. This is one that we've been talking about. It's been doing really well. As you can see, it came down from 006, so be careful here, guys. It's a big short right here. And then it came back up. Now it's coming back down. So there could definitely be another bounce. Keep watching it. Date it. If you see it go down, maybe to 001, might be a good stock to buy at 001. That's what I like to do, guys. Try to position myself as low as possible because there's no rush. Because there's so many stocks. You want to buy low and you want to sell high, and you want to learn to get in at the right time. I got one that I've been watching, and I really like it. I want to bring it to your guys' attention. Take a look at BITCF. So what I like to do, guys, I like to find these undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed opportunities. And First Bitcoin Capital Corp has been coming on my radar over and over and over every day. Bitcoin is very hot right now, okay? It's like super hot. A lot of people have gotten rich off Bitcoin. This is a Bitcoin company with the same type of model, and it reminds me a little bit of IPNFF in the sense that it's just starting to walk up. It's just starting to walk up. It's just starting to walk up. And I love to find these undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed opportunities that I think have the potential to be a monster. And I think BITCF could be that company. I want to know, what do you guys think about BITCF? I want to show you guys why I think BITCF can be a monster, okay? Because I always want to give you guys evidence. BITCF. Do you see what I'm seeing? 100% buy. Who's watching? Who's getting this free advice? This is very valuable. Could make you rich. Top 1% signal strength on bar charts. Are you looking at this chart? Guys, it was at 2 cents in January. Is it not March? That means it's up 4 times. Look at this. Move all the way up to 5 cents. Create a floor. 5 again. Creating a floor. Came back down under 5 to about 3.5, 4 cents. Which is finding its bottom around that price, guys. 3-4 cents would be a great entry if we could get in at that price. I don't know if that day will come again, but if it does, that's when we want to be ready. And look at it now. Look at what's happened here. Over the last couple of weeks, it started to shoot up to 7, came back down to 6. Now all the way to today, it went all the way to 10, guys. And right now it's sitting at 9.5. BITCF. I really like this company. I think it has some potential, guys. And I think this could be. I think it could be a really big winner. Huge winner. Okay? So I really like it. I want to know what you guys think about it. I want you guys to put it on your watch list. I want you to put it on your radar. Imagine getting into a Bitcoin deal for under 10 cents. Similar to when I talked to you guys about IPNFF, and I brought it to you guys first before anybody else on the planet, okay? And I brought it to you guys when it was actually under 10 cents. And right now today, it's at 35 cents by 37 cents, okay? IPNFF, Imagination Park Entertainment. And why did I like IPNFF? Because it was in a hot industry, virtual reality, a new industry, virtual reality, an industry that is unknown, that nobody really knows what to expect. So I thought there could be huge opportunity. And when you read their news, they were coming up with new news every single day. So it was hot and had momentum. And it went all the way up from 4 cents to 37 cents. It was over 40 cents last week. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Let's put our brains together. Let's put our minds together. Let's put our eyes together. Let's put our ears together. And let's really research these companies like Attila did today to bring us that information. on Supreme Pharmaceuticals, which is devastating for the company. Absolutely devastating for the company. Symbol is SL in Canada if you want to pull it up. I'm pulling up the US symbol here, but it went down 10% today, guys. And this news was huge, and you heard it live here first on Rich TV. And guys, do you think that I'm going to bring you more and more news every single day? Or do you think I'm going to bring you less? Because as our channel gets bigger, and we get bigger, and we get bigger, and we get bigger, and we get bigger, believe me when I tell you, the CEOs will get better. The celebrities that want to come on our show will get bigger and better. And the information that we bring to you guys in real time, which is the truth, will get bigger and better. So please, if you have any information on any stocks that is going to potentially benefit our community and help us make more money, or help us avoid a situation like this where a stock could just get devastated, bring it to us in real time. I'll give you the opportunity to come on the show live and tell your story and talk about why you think this information is real and talk about why you think this information is important. I want you to be a part of Rich TV Live because this community is all about you, the people. It's about empowering the average person and educating the average person to do more. Because I'm the average person, but I want to do more, and I want to be capable of doing more. And the only way I can do that is if I work with an intelligent team of individuals to try to achieve greatness together as a unit. And that's exactly what's happening every single day, and it's happening in real time, people. So please, continue to reach out, continue to call me. If you would like to get a hold of me, download our app, guys. Go to www.richtvlive.com. Download the app for Google devices and Android devices at the Google Play Store, which you can get on our website absolutely free. You can download the iPhone app on our website, richtvlive.com, absolutely free. And now we've got a sports section with the top sports websites in the world on our app. And we've got a trending section with the top trending news and celebrity sites in the world, including TMZ and CNN and Fox News and all the major networks. All on our app, all in one place, guys. And all the tools that I use, like Investors Hub and like Google Finance, where I can watch all of my stocks every single day. And if you watch Rich TV Live, which is absolutely free, I can show you how you can watch all of your stocks that are down every day and all of your stocks that are up every day in real time, absolutely free. Look at this, guys. I'm watching thousands of stocks every single day, guys. We'll just keep going. Like, this is no joke, people. Yeah, I might have a broken hand. It might slow me down a little bit, but I'll tell you this. It ain't gonna stop me. That's just one portfolio of many. These are all different portfolios, guys. These are all different portfolios holding hundreds of stocks each in every single portfolio. Do you want to learn to build a team of stocks? Do you want to learn how to buy low, sell high? Do you want to learn how to make money by pressing a click? It was funny, I was talking to the doctor today, and the doctor's like, do you want plastic surgery? And I said, no. Why would I want plastic surgery? He's like, do you want a big cast? I said, no. Why would I want a big cast? He's like, okay, so we'll just tape it up and you hold it on for 2 more weeks, then you're good to go. And I say, that's it, doc? Just tape it up and go home and you're good to go with your broken hand. And he's like, yeah, it's been broken for 3 weeks. It's already healed. What the hell are you going to do now, Rich? Go home and grab a tennis ball. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab a tennis ball. In 2 weeks. But for now, you'll see me with this funny contraption over my hand. In the meantime, are there any other picks that I'm missing? What else is hot and what else is not? What's on your mind, people? Look at the market today. The Dow Jones was down 8 points. The S&P 500 was down 4 points. The Nasdaq was up slightly. The global down was down 1.7 points. Gold was up 3.8 points. And oil was down slightly. Take a look, guys. Not a good day for the markets, guys. Not a good day for the markets, okay? If you guys haven't noticed what's happening, and I told you guys about this on March 15th, I said, hey, the market could collapse. Now, the market hasn't collapsed. The market stayed relatively strong. But the reality is, the market is not strong right now. The market is in highly overbought territory. Whenever you get the Dow Jones sitting at all-time highs, you know that the market's going to have to retract at some point. And that's what's happening right now. The market's up, it's down, it's sideways. So you're going to find winners. We have to be very selective. We have to be ninjas. We have to be snipers. And we have to find the right deals at the right time. And when they're down 10%, we need to watch them very carefully. Why buy it if it's going down every day? Wait. Be patient. Be a sniper. Wait until it starts bouncing back. NAK is a great example of that. You know, if we take a look at his chart, and I brought you guys this, and I showed you that it's going to start bouncing back when it was around 129. I said, guys, it was actually 126. And I told you guys, this is a bottom. This is a good time to buy. It's going to start bouncing back, and I explained to you guys why. And look, it's up since then. So that's what I'm talking about, guys. Being a sniper, learning how to get in low, buying low and selling high. Okay, guys? Let's take a look at some more. You guys want me to take a look at EVTN? Let's take a look. EVTN. EVTN. Okay, guys, so EVTN up 25%, but you know I don't like this. I don't like the volume, guys. Okay? It's just not enough. At 4 cents, it's pretty much peanuts. $1,000 went through the stock today, okay, guys? Get me stocks that are trading. Get me stocks that are liquid. Get me winners, and we'll talk about it right now. VGPR. Let's do it. VGPR. Vega Biofuels. All right, guys, up 7.5% today. But once again, only 200,000 shares, guys. Very little volume. We want stocks that are moving. We want stocks with momentum. We got stocks that are on fire. All right, guys, if you got any more, let me know now. We're in the lightning round. Otherwise, we're going to have to go and get ready for another day because we got to live to fight another day. Let's go back to the topic of the day, guys. SL, Supreme Pharmaceuticals. I never like to leave on a negative, but unfortunately today, I got no choice. Supreme Pharmaceuticals, you're one of my holdings. I hope you could turn it around. But I was wearing today red for a reason. Because we're in the red today, my friend. And I know we're dating. And I will see you again. But for now, all I can do is pray. Bring us a breakthrough. Please bring us a breakthrough. Alright, guys. Wasn't a good day for Supreme Pharmaceuticals or any of the other medical marijuana stocks. And I think we talked about it enough. But I got some good news with my hand. So I'm feeling good. Hope you guys have had a great day. We're going to continue to find winners. Don't you worry. But for today, Supreme Pharmaceuticals, we in the red, my friend. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Make sure you download our app. Make sure you go to richtvlive.com. If you want to get a hold of me, go to richtvlive@gmail.com. And if you want to put in your pics, send it to Rich TV Live, the app. We got your pics right there every single day. Give me your pics, guys. I'll take a look at them. And if I like them, we'll even talk about them live and free every single day. Oh, I got Angel calling. Angel, we're still live, my friend.
What's that, buddy?
We're still live, buddy.
Oh, you are?
I'm
Okay.
still live, buddy.
Call me when you're done with the show, brother.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
All
All right, guys. Unfortunately, we're in the red. But for you snipers out there, for you students that are watching carefully, these are creating buying opportunities, guys. Look at this. When I see all these stocks in the red, that's all just telling me that these are great buying opportunities. And there's some big companies on here, guys. OGRMF, Organograms, the company that had the issue with the pesticides, that also has the Trailer Park Boys involved in them. Huge company, guys. Down 5.89%. Kronos Group, a company that we've been watching, we've been loving, that's been on fire, has come all the way back down, creating a buying opportunity, guys. MCIG is down at 23 cents. It was just at 30, guys. Buying opportunities are everywhere. Aurora Cannabis, ACBFF, down 3.9%. These are all buying opportunities. Afira Inc., APHQF. You see a trend? TWMJF, Canopy Growth Corp. These are big players, guys. This is the LeBron James of medical marijuana. It's on fire, but now they're all getting beat up. So why are they all getting beat up today, guys? What's up, Angel? Angel, we're live. All right, I think Angel just pocket dialed me. So why are all the medical marijuana stocks down 1 month before history in Canada happens? Is it creating a buying opportunity? Is it a buy opportunity? Or is it a sell opportunity? What do you think at home? I'm going to be watching it, and I'll bring it to you guys live every single day. We're going to give you our opinions. We're going to let you know what we think. We're going to let you know how the markets are reacting. We're going to talk about the mini futures markets too. We got lots of tricks up our sleeves. We got CEOs that want to get on the show. And if you got a CEO that wants to talk to Rich, bring them. And we'll ask them the tough questions that everybody's afraid to ask. I ain't afraid to ask because I want the truth. I'm going to bring you guys the truth every single day, even on the red days. All right, guys. I love you guys. Without you, none of this is possible. We in the red. What are you doing in the red today? Read up on Supreme Pharmaceuticals. Why are they so heavily in the red? And what's got all the other medical marijuana stocks trembling today? I brought it to you here first. Watch the show, guys. Watch the show. I love you guys. Who's watching? No broken hand's gonna hold me down. Supreme Pharmaceuticals, guys. It's a sad day, and we're in the red. Just like the Portuguese colors, guys. The red. But it's okay. We're snipers, and we're gonna live to fight another day. And don't forget, guys, that all I do is bring you winners. And sometimes I'm going to have to tell you guys why there's some losers. But I just can't leave you with losers. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Here's one. Here's a winner. Want more? Here's one more. Want more? There's one more. How about one more? There's one more.